Hey everybody, welcome to our live stream talk, and it's the Raiders 3, the Niners nothing, with first quarter 7:57 and counting. The Niners are first and 10 on their 32. Mullen back to throw, throws right to number 44. When I think of 44, I think of Tom Rathman because I was Niner Tom Rathman's number. At any rate, he picked up 6 yards for a second and 4. So as you can tell by just this little bit, I'm giving you sort of a play-by-play and a conversation. The Niners are starting out, I think, from a schematic perspective, very impressive. They are mixing spread you wide passing formations with the occasional run. And, hey, this motion out of the backfield with their best, they got their best running back out in the wide, and they gave it to their Mr. Goodwin, their receiver, on a kind of a end around. But creative play calling for the Niners, creative play calling for the Raiders too. The Raiders came out firing with passes to their backs, but John Gruden tried to get a little too fancy with a fake screen to one side and throw to the other, and it just was too long developing. This one is, wow, wide open, and that's a touchdown. That was clearly the wrong defense. The Niners just caught the Raiders in the wrong defense. That was embarrassing. That was plainly embarrassing, folks. There's no other way to put it than to say that was just awful. And it was a play action out of the I formation to the left. They let the split in, and there was nobody over there. I don't know what kind of coverage they called, but it wasn't a man for man where you expect the cornerback to go with him. It was, and that's probably why they designed it that way, thinking that, hey, the Raiders don't cover the split in on a play action. They kind of lazy cover them, right? That's the only reason to call that. So the split in comes all the way across the formation, wide open. And I mean, wide open. And that was embarrassing. The Raiders should be intellectually embarrassed that happened. I mean, seriously, just intellectually embarrassed that kind of play occurred.
Barely enough time for this man to take a bite of
no other way to describe it but that. Just embarrassed. Just wildly embarrassed. Let me check a look at the stats for that. I can't show replays on here because I don't have the copyright to do so. Hope you understand. But Nick Mullins is already, get this, he's 3 of 3, 41 yards, 1 touchdown. We the Raiders are making him look like the second coming of Joe Montana. And Matt Breida had 1 carry for 18 yards. Raheem Mostert 1 for 14, and Marquise Goodwin 1 for 2. That was the end around. And Pierre Garçon was the number 15 who caught the 24-yard touchdown pass on the crossing pattern out of I formation. A very simple play, And as Oakland Nation just said, Ken Norton defense looked better than this. Well, yeah, the Ken Norton John Pagano defense, which is really the Jack Del Rio defense. Dub says, horrible showing. I knew we'd make Mullins look good. Leonard Sully says, this is a rookie quarterback. This is going to be a long game for the defense. Two problems here, too. The first one, on running attacks, did you notice how we don't gap control properly? So our number 97, rather than being in the edge on the outside, having the outside contained for the backside run, right? He gets caught right up, head up on the tackle, on the tight end, and he gets cut under. And that, if you take a look at it, that cut under opened up the backside run, just took off, right? So the Raiders have to work on gap control. I mean, it's one thing to get a penetration, but gap control is something else. And it's like they haven't watched those old films about how the Bucks did it. As Stubbs says, no gap awareness at all. No. And that's coaching. Gunther has the right idea in not too gapping, but it's like he's not really assigning them. It doesn't look like he's assigning them to gaps per se. If he is, then either they're not doing a good job, the Raiders defenders are, of hitting those gaps, or he's not teaching them the right way to take on those gaps and control those gaps as you penetrate. You know, there's a number of ways to do it. Anyway, here's the kickoff. The Raiders get it. 10, 15, down the 20. Going to be out to, excuse me. Get a little bit of burst and out to the 29. Call it the 20. Call it the 28.5-yard line. Welcome to Zennie62, folks. And for those of you who can't see the game, I can't turn around. I don't have actually. I would actually have to turn the computer around like this, okay? And I can I can do this, right? Okay. But all right, and that's as much as I can show you without getting into trouble, because that's less than 3 seconds. But we can definitely, because we're all doing the second screen, talk about what we see, chew on it, check the stats, all that stuff, right? So anyway, the Raiders are 1st and 10, and in trouble, because the Niners offense came out. The Raiders defense didn't look, the Niners defense didn't look bad. The Raiders had a nice scheme, but got too fancy down there. And when I say too fancy, you call long developing plays. Long developing plays should not be the part of any NFL team's repertoire in the modern National Football League, considering the speed of defenders. It just makes no sense whatsoever. I want to congratulate the Oakland Raiders on signing Caesars Entertainment as one of their founding partners for Las Vegas Stadium. That makes, folks, I have to say it, that's getting it right. For all the times I pointed out what's wrong, I have to point out what's right. That's getting it right, okay? And they need 14 of those. They're showing you that again, and yeah, he's wide open. Wide open. It's not so much as a bust in the coverage as the wrong coverage. Because when you leave somebody like that wide open, it means that you normally expect that wide receiver to go north, to go up, right? You don't expect them to cross. And Dub says, how so? How so? Hey, Dubs, when you said how so, what do you mean? Can you explain that? Were you talking about the Caesars Entertainment comment I made, or the touchdown? Caesars Entertainment, because they need, by my estimation, based on what was done, it's a very similar kind of way of financing a stadium in the modern NFL world, as was done for, that was a good run, as was done by Minnesota and the Vikings, Atlanta and the Falcons. It's been done going all the way back to MetLife. But you have founding partners. And these founding partners are key sponsors that put in $70 to $100 million a piece. In the case of Falcon Stadium, they had 14 founding partners. So this is just one. Okay. And it opens the door for many more, because Caesars is a big player. And it means that, it means a lot of good things. Like Raiders, Carr's back to throw, and he got sacked. And again, it's another long developing play. The problem here, as Buckner does his little dance, is the Raiders' offensive plays are designed as if they're going to get more time than they actually get. In this case, it was it didn't matter whether it was Colton Miller or any of the offenders. It's the fact that it was a long developing pass play, and it's kind of like, John, are you tone deaf with respect to what your players can and cannot do and how you're designing plays? That is not good coaching. Okay, I have to just say it. I hate to say it, but that is not good coaching when you do that. And that's a sloppy throw. This is looking Keystone Cops. Okay, it's like he drew these plays up on the board with no thought whatsoever. And I've said it before, and I've said it again, to time motion study. None. That's why you get plays that unfold like this. This is terrible. He had the right idea with the running backs and short passing, but you can achieve, and then he's going to go in, I feel sorry for Derek. in this. You know, Derek Carr deserves a better game plan. Watching this just makes me downright mad. I'm sorry, it just does. I mean, how long in the season is it going to take for this guy to get religion? Okay. I mean, I hate to say that about John. I like John a lot, but this is tearfully disappointing. It just is bad, you know. It's tearfully disappointing. Oakland says it's going to be a long 10 years. It may not be 10 years if this keeps up. Okay, I think Bradshaw called it on the pregame. I'm sorry, it hurts to see them screw up like this. It really does, because I know what should be done. I know what they should be doing, and they're not doing it. ML, how you doing? ML Scott's at Levi Stadium. Hey, ML, what's it like at the stadium? If you could send me a picture, I got my phone, and I can show it to the brethren. It looks like it's half full. What's the atmosphere like at Levi Stadium? ML Scott's at Levi Stadium, folks. He's let me see. I'm gonna type in awesome ML. What is it like? Tom Gleck says, so much for Battle of the Bay. Levi Stadium is half full. What a national embarrassment. I agree. Oakland, they said, I don't think Gruden believes in Carr. ML's going to send me an email. Awesome. Thank you. I don't think Carr has any right to believe in Gruden. With a game plan like that, no, it's like he draws these plays up on the whiteboard. It's like, oh, this looks cool. But the question you always have to ask is, how much time will the defense give you to execute it versus how much time do you think you can get? If you don't answer those two questions, if there's not a match, you awful, okay? Yeah, punter is bad. Well, Scott says, be right back. Yeah. Oakland Nation, you know what I'm saying? You have to say, hey, look, you can't just say, well, gee, the offensive tackle should do this. The reality is, in the middle of the season, the offensive tackle is not able to. If you're not getting that much time, all right, Leonard says his field position is very key even for a bad defense. But, you know, it's offensive design. Offensive line, spreading your offensive line out, having short, quick blocks, quick throws out of shotgun where you may take one step, receiving patterns that break open very quickly. All that's pre-designed stuff that you can do, okay? Welcome to Zennie62, by the way. Niners, 1st and 10. This is their second drive. And they've got kind of actually 4 wide receivers set, but really it's geared more for the run. And they do give it to their best running back, who gets 3, number 22 there. And actually, that was one of the Raider defense better plays, I have to say. They held him with 3 yards. Falcon says get Falcon fan 408 says get Jared Cook more involved just because he's on my fantasy team. I get you. John Lynch has got to be watching this with some measure of pleasure. And Niners go with 5 wides again. They're spreading the Raiders out. Got to check out my mom. She was coughing. Oh, and a quick screen to Brader. And it'd be 3rd and 3, which is manageable. Manageable. Hey, Mom, you okay? Okay, cool. My mom is in the other room. I invited her to come in and, do the live stream with me. She said, no. My mom's really a smart sports watcher, I tell you. Okay, so 3rd and 3. This is a crucial 3rd and 3 for both teams. The Niners are in trips to the right, and wide open was Pierre Garçon, and he catches it for the first down, even though it was an ugly throw. But so far the Niners are doing no wrong. this is a serious game plan. Now, if they really wanted to get more serious, they would have went without a huddle, because they caught the Raiders looking lackadaisical, meandering, but they didn't do it. So anyways, 1st and 10 for the Niners at their own 46, and they're in that kind of double wide. For number 31, whoever that is getting to. The Raiders played that against the run well. They tightened that up. That was good. That gap control, good leverage. They did a nice job there. Dell Jr. says, I can't handle such a soft defense any longer. Ditto. Dell Jr. says, hello, nation. Once again, nobody on Raiders defense is able to step up. How can pro players still look so bad? Bad coaching? The answer is yes. It's 2nd and 9. However, let's give the credit. The Raiders did a great job of stopping that run and holding it to a yard. 2nd and 9, and the Raiders going to overshift. And a play action for the Niners. Got time to throw right down the middle. Is wide open. Pierre Garçon, another crossing pattern. Wow. No blitz. Okay. No blitz. So if there should be, if they are going to. There was no blitz whatsoever. None. And my thought is, if they're going to give me the edges like that, I'm going to have an automatic blitz. In other words, there's no tight end or running back in. They gave them a full lane on either side to blitz. Okay, anyway, 1st and 10 for the Niners, Raider 29. Another rollout pass, this one to the left. Mullins overthrows. That's his first bad throw. Trying to hit Godwin. Okay. D-Ness says Mullins a good quarterback. I think so. Leonard Size says, I don't think we can afford to blitz. No, I think we can. Because when you blitz, when they give you a lane like that on the edges, edges. When I say edges, I mean just outside the offensive tackles, okay? It forces the quarterback to make it to do something with the ball faster than the quarterback wants to. That's why I say that. 2nd and 10 for the Niners at the Raiders 28. And this is an ace formation. Play action again. 1st down play action. Oh, and a little screen to the right that picks up about almost 15 yards. Tight end screen. Niners creative. Little tight end screen here. End around over there. Play action out of the I crossing pattern. Not bad. Not bad. And they are within scoring striking distance are the Niners. And Leonard Size says we cannot cover tight ends. Well, we can't cover tight ends, or for that matter, right now, a split end. Okay. Sally says it's been like this all season. Yeah, you're right about that. Difficult to watch. Yeah. We got to slow down again because someone's hurt. George Kilty, the tight end. He's hurt. Anyway. I'm not covering this cup up. It's Vid Blogger Nation. This was a show I was part of in 2011 on Comcast nationwide. Vid Blogger Nation. Yeah. Okay, so we're commercials. Kelty's out, so you're talking about tight ends. Well, all right, so 1st and 10 for the Niners. And this is 22, picking up nothing. The Raiders have tightened up their run defense. They went to playing overshifted 4-man fronts. No, Nick, it's the tight end is Kelty. Kelty is hurt for the 49ers. Number 85 is hurt. So if you're keeping track of your fantasy team, he's got a problem. Okay. So, and I wonder if ML has sent me a photograph yet. said, hold on a second. And, don't see anything from ML yet. Just checking my email. Let's see. Okay. Nick Mullins, number 4. Boys jersey is so clean. Which means the Raiders haven't dirtied it up at all. So if the Raiders are blown out, what do you think happens? I'm wondering. Bible study. Hey, Bible study. How you doing? Pointing out a truism. Raiders D is terrible. How's the weather in Denver? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Zennie62. Nice to have you on a Thursday night. Northern Cal 408. Let's go 69ers. I think he forgot. I think he hit the 4 key, which is 2 away from the 6 key. No, he. What am I saying? My head has been killing me. He hit the 6 key, which is 2 away from the 4. Pete Leonard says, "What do you think about our interior D, Hurst, and PJ Hall for the future?" Well, I like the pickups, but I don't like schematically what they're doing. Hey, Black Lion, how you doing? Let me clarify that. I like the fact that they've tightened things up. I like the fact that they have played better gap control. I like the fact that we have defenders who can do that, but I really believe the Raiders need to vary. They need to have more aggressive fronts. Bear look, like the 46, the old Chicago Bears defense with a nose tackle and 2 defensive tackles on either guard. Okay. I like that. I think we need also to blitz. And Bible study says, Denver weather is cold and getting colder. What's the temperature? And by the way, folks, don't forget to vote if you haven't already. This is a hotly contested race for the governor of Georgia. Stacey Abrams versus Brian Kemp down here. Interesting stuff. And let's see, they have Kelty running around, clapping. He's getting looked at. Okay. Niners, hey, ball in the Oakland 11. And once again, they've got, split back shotgun, play action. Threaded the needle, did Mullen. Threaded the needle. Almost a first down to Dwelly. He did that, the Niners version of the Chip Kelly play action slant in pass. Oakland Nation says, I'm in Macon, Georgia. Ah, Macon, cool town. Not far from Macon. I'm 2 hours north of you. It's supposed to be in the 30s. Are you kidding me? Wow. Here come the Niners, 3rd and 1. However, they have 3 yards. They're 3 yards from Pater. Lining up an I formation that's killed the Raiders thus far, giving a straight running play, and 22 gets, I thought I was about to say got nothing, and then he bursts forward for another, 2 yards. Depends on where they spot it, that he got the first down. We'll see. And guess what? They gave him the first down, so it's 1st and goal. Folks, this is painful. Breida is every bit as advertised. He is the 3rd leading rusher in the National Football League, believe it or not. And here come the Niners, probably coming out with an I formation with this big ass number 90 in the middle at fullback. Look at that. This is a kind of a truck formation. Let's see what they do on that. Play act, and they got him. The Raiders got him, and they lost 3 yards. Great play. Great play. Great play. Mr. Hankins, nice job. That's exactly about time. About time. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. He split the gap, removed you see how he shoved the center out of the way? That's called want to, man. It's like, dang. Jeez, remember that play, folks. That's what we're capable of, okay? 2nd and goal. We know what's coming. You can stop it, okay? And play action again. Mullins, and you know what? Should have had that one picked off. That quarterback was lucky because that was not there. 3rd and goal. And he basically did the old stare down and should have had that picked off just as punishment for the old stare down. That's mean whole stare down. I mean, look at the wide receiver the entire time rather than saying, hey, look, safety's there, I'm coming off of it. Not open, boom, go someplace else. If he could do that. Didn't look like he had that opportunity with that play. Okay, 3rd and goal. Slot to the right. And touchdown. Wow. Or touchdown. Well, overall, the Raiders defense has played great against the run, which, I kind of predicted they would do statistically, but not great against the pass, which I kind of predicted they would do statistically. But to quote Black Lion, OML says he's sending had to clip it down. Oh, cool. Okay. Wow. Waiting. This is bad. Not good, folks. Not good, not good. So let me see. You're trying to sell luxury suites. You just sold the Caesars Entertainment. You know, Caesars got nothing to worry about because they're thinking, you know what? We're going to be in a state-of-the-art, gorgeous stadium. We're excited. This is going to be a new day in sports and entertainment. I agree with you. People in Oakland should be very concerned that the Coliseum is not ran in a way where we're taking advantage of the large and growing sports gaming market. We're leaving millions of dollars and thousands of jobs on the table to be had with our myopic, anti-intellectual, prejudicial, and downright ridiculous attitude regarding sports. We don't get sports. We think of it in terms of owners we like or don't like. We don't think of it in terms of an industry that's growing. We don't think of it in terms of gaming. We don't know what we're doing as a city, and collectively we just don't care. Just saying it just like that, okay? We just don't care. Hate to say that with the election coming up. It doesn't mean that I think we need a regime change per se, but I'm just not. I know we can do better in Oakland, folks. I know it. It really hurts that we're not. Dell Jr. says, in-house problems exist when the opposing third-string quarterback outperforms better than the opponent's starting quarterback. Dell Jr., you get the comment of the night. I'm going to have, I've said this before, but I'm going to have a prize for the comment of the night. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that. The comment of the night, Zennie's comment. Zennie picks the comment of the night. Hey, the Bud Light guy is there. Okay, so wow. Hey everybody, welcome to Zennie62 tonight. In a game that's starting horribly. Let me see what the stats are. Here. We got going here. Brad Breeda's 4 rushes for 23 yards. Oh, by the way, sure, this Whitehead and the safety, and they've got Mullen takes 2 steps back, and then they just left him that nice little. You know what? The quarterback normally, if you're designing a defense, I guess, and this is game planning, okay? Because the Raiders obviously didn't have the quarterback taking what's called an inside position, stop the inside, and that's great preparation. That's why they called that play. Here's Carr back to throw. He steps up, throws long, and overthrows receiver carrier. Oh, well. Phew. Okay. Where were we here? Mullins is 9 of 11 for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then in terms of receiving, Pierre Garçon is 3 for 56 on a touchdown. Kittle is 1 for 15. Goodwin 1 for 11. Ross Dwelly 1 for 8. Here's the Raiders 2nd and 10 with Carr. Slot left and double tight end to the right, and they're giving it to Mr. Martin on a good run. Picks up 10. That was a nice run. Off tackle. Very nice. Like it. Like it. Like it. Like it. Like it. Like it. They keep working that with Gruden trade Carr stuff. Oh, hey, Bible study. Thank you very much, PJ. Appreciate it. Wow. It's very cool. Thank you. Thanks for the investment. It's a Starbucks. Is that a Starbucks? Is that a Starbucks gift card? Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Oh, God bless you, my friend. Thank you. I'll put it to good use. Thank you. There is a... Yeah, so that's good. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Starbucks gift card. So we've got 11:36 in the second quarter. 22 seconds to get the playoffs. 2nd and 7. Here come the Raiders in Carr. With a they had a bunch left, but they put Jared Cook over to the right. So they have basically double tight in with Jordy Nelson split out to the Y, and boom. Oh, good throw down to LaFell, Brandon LaFell. At one point played for the Bucks, first down. And they gave him one of those, I call them shake routes. You come outside like that, and you come inside there, and boom. Makes the catch. Nice, nice, nice. Surgical. Call that surgical passing. That's the kind of throw that doesn't take a lot of time to get off. You know, Carr's 3 steps back, steps up again. Uh-oh. Now he's moving to his. There you go. Picked up the first down. Sloppy but effective. Let's see here. See if ML Scott's photograph came through. See if it came through. No. Inbox. Don't see it yet. Okay. Raiders are 1st and 10. They ought to be going, I think, with that, but they're not. Sense of urgency there. Slot left, double tight end right, tight. Doug Martin, not to the running to the right. Stop for a gain of maybe a yard. And there's a flag, which generally is in the area of holding. Like I said, holding. Yeah, Black Line, that was a great catch. Holding. Oh, Seth. Mr. Roberts. Oh, he's holding. That was can't do that, Seth. Let's get a little comfortable here, folks. Okay. All right. Why did Martin cut that inside? It's a good question. Probably thought he didn't have a bounce to the outside. Anyway, 1st and 20 for the Raiders. Same formation with the double tight to the. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Short pass to LaFell. I like that. What's disappointing about this, though, is the lack of man in motion, you know? Putting motions or shifts. And here, again, we're going with a huddle as opposed to no huddle. The Raiders don't play fast. And that's the missing element here is they don't play fast. So we got trips to the right, 2nd and 19. And Carr just, for some reason, is he hurt? I hope not. He stepped up, I guess, thinking the whole see from the end zone view, and he got sacked. Sacked. Is this the 3rd sack, I think? This is got to be, I believe, the 3rd sack. I'll check that. Yep. Oh, no. Wow. 3rd down and 22. 3rd down and 22. Trips right. Carr calls a timeout. Yeah, he's had 3 sacks. This is a 3rd sack, 3 knockdowns, 5 hits, and 14 dropbacks. Ugh. Thub 6, you're shaking your head. I'm shaking my head. Wow, this is bad. Raiders finding new ways to suck every week. Which goes without saying if you think about it, because, you know, every week brings a new game, right? A new game brings a new opponent, you know, for this year, and a new opponent brings a new way of sucking, right? So there you go. Where Stub just wrote, what a mess. I could not have said it better myself. Not fun to watch. Not fun to watch. And it's not that the Raiders don't have the talent. It's, for example, on this replay, did you see how the lineman, he was high in his stance, wasn't able to really get set and down and get his leverage. But, okay, 1-2. Yeah, I like that kind of play. Okay, but I don't like that on 3rd down, though, on 3rd 23. Okay. What I like on 3rd and 23 is, do you have a wheel route where you can throw deep with some hope of picking up the 1st down, or do you have some kind of play and formation combination that basically rips the defense and gives you a hole to throw into? I don't get that, so, at all. Oakland Nation says, Black Lion, you're right. He says they're tanking right before our eyes. Yeah. If the Niners score a touchdown on this next drive, short punt. If the Niners score a touchdown on this next drive, this is a disaster, okay? Just plain disaster, man. Jump says, on 3rd and longs, we never go long. I don't understand. I don't either. I don't get what that is. It's like you're giving up, you know? It's like, we can't get it. We can't do it. Oh, here we go. Money Lynch. Hold on a second. Let's see what he said. One moment, folks. Okay. This is the scene from where Money Lynch is sitting at the game. I don't know if you could see that. Let me see if I can make it so that's a bit more. If I turn it sideways like that, yeah, and then you can get a better idea. Or if I do it like this. I bring it super up close. There you go. That's Money Lynch's view from the game, okay? Nice seats. Nice seats in Levi. Hey, Mel Scott, what do you think of this game? There says Raiders playing run for number 1. No, I don't think. As I said before, you don't tank a team. The players are not complicit in the tanking of a team because the players get nothing out of it. They don't own the football team. There's no bonus that's given for tank. Well, is there? That's the only time that would make any sense. Is if anybody could prove that Raiders are being given a bonus for not playing a game. Well, all right. I would like to think that's not the case, okay? So, again, this whole idea of deliberate tanking, no. Look, they just aren't well coached, okay? Now, can someone deliberately do a bad job of coaching? That's another story. Does anybody want to do that? Let's think that through. What happens if you allowed that? It would mean that you would be sacrificing sponsorship revenues in the future because no one wants to pay for a loser. So does it make any sense? No, it doesn't at all. It's an insult to players. It's an insult to the organization. I don't think they want to get stuck with that at all. Here come the Niners, 1st and 10, near on their own 30, on their own 26, 24. Right, staff corrected. The I formation that's been killing the Raiders, and a simple run to the right with their best running back picks up 2. Raiders play that well. The Raiders have done better against the run on this game. Okay, but against the pass, as Jar Jar Binks would say, Apayusa. That's another way of saying they stink. So, I formation again, and this time it is a play action, but this time we get him sacked. Oh, no. Are they calling it a sack or what? We finally got what? That was a good play. And guess what? Why was it good? Because we blitzed. Did you notice that? We blitzed. Okay? Black Lion says, how the coaching staff has set up the game plan is evidence of tanking. I think you assume the coaching staff can do better. I don't. This is what you're getting. You understand what I'm saying? Because to tank means that they're holding something back that they can do better. But this is what they believe they can do. Okay? You understand what I'm saying, Black Lion? So anyway, 1st and 10 for the Niners. After that, good run defense. Good run defense. I'm telling you, run defense has gotten a lot better. Ever since 90 just asserted his will on the goal line down there before the touchdown pass. But the run defense has really gotten a lot better. And I say to the Niners, hey, you know what? Keep running. And here's Mr. Gunther. But yes, okay, defensive holding is what it was. Okay, now, and he's good play. So the Raiders are tightening it up. It's much better. Also, the Niners are calling plays that are Niners are calling plays that are easy to diagnose, that are not taking advantage of any particular weakness in coverage. So, and the Raiders are playing just good fundamental defense right now. Plus, they're blitzing. The blitzing is making a difference. So, but here we come in a formation I'm concerned about. If they hit the edges, let's see what they do. Nope. They, good stop. Good stop. Good stop. 4th down at last. Hey, Jamal, how are you? Tony Smith says there's no tanking. We're just a bad team. I agree. Emil Scott says, wow. When Gruden was shown on the big screen, the whole stadium booed him. Both Raiders and Niners fans. Really? ML Scott's at the game, folks. He's saying that people have booed him. Hey, ML, is it beyond where you're sitting? Is it actually crowded at the game? It doesn't look like it to me. There's by the Niners. Fair catch called. And that punt is down to, the 7. Kevin Jr. Kevin Jr. says, we are a bad team. Need NFL's help and the refs to win the one game we did win. Yep, that's right. We did. Black Lion says 4th down at last. Wickworth says a defensive stop. Yes. Jamal Will said, wow, Gruden got booed. It's not turning out to be the kind of year John expected. But let's be honest, it's not turning out to be the kind of year any of us expected for John. And I go back to that great party at Ricky's. That really was a great kickoff to the season. Got everybody fired up and excited. I was excited. I was there. I was happy for him. We were all cheering and Raiders. You know, that's the way it ought to be. But Mr. Reese says, will you follow the Raiders to Las Vegas? I'm not. In other words, when I moved to Vegas, no. I'm, as I speak right now, I'm in Georgia with my mom, who may be in the room sleeping. But are you saying, am I going to hate the Raiders? No, I'm not going to hate the Raiders. Am I going to try to go to a game? I don't know. You know, I think my thought is simply this, okay? Rick Worth says, rather listen to you than the TV crew. Hey, thanks, Rick. Oh, you sent the video? Let me see here. Hold on a second, ML. I'll tell you. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on a second. Okay. Post endorsement. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, this is cool, folks. Oakland Post. If you know about the Oakland Post, all right, you know who that man is. Oakland Post is Oakland's Paul on my site, so he actually got it in his publication, which I media teamwork, folks. That's what I'm talking about. Check out the Oakland Post. All right, back to the game. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Here's Carr. Oh, and I'm looking for your video. And there's Doug Martin, and there's to stop him. But after, that's not Doug Martin. That's Richard. I like to call it. I like to put a French roll on it. Richard. Hennessy says, I will not follow the Raiders to Vegas. Black Lion says, I'll go back to the Mac trade when I said our season is over. What's going on in Vegas is exciting. I have to tell you. I don't mean the stadium. I mean the experiment with sports gaming and stuff that we can do in Oakland. I am sick and tired for all the fact that we owe the Dayton court. Okay. Carr back to throw, quick throw over the middle, incomplete. And not only that, it was ill-advised. I didn't like the design of that play from the start. But the fact notwithstanding that we need to sue their ass, and we do, I have to tell you that the survival of the National Football League depends on this experiment with sports gaming and gambling working. And I think it will very well. There are people who don't like it. I understand that. I understand the moral issues about it. Leonard says, Marshawn Lynch officially out for the season. I'll check and see if he's officially out for the season. I know he's on injured reserve. Carr back to throw, takes 2 steps, looks right, throws right, gets the first down. And the Raiders are mounting a drive with Cook. But I'll have to tell you, it's exciting. It's exciting what's happening with all these different deals that are being struck between the league and MGM Resorts. You don't have to be, because of the Supreme Court decision, a team doesn't have to be in Las Vegas. It could be in Oakland or San Francisco. But the Bay Area, we're just not getting it right, okay? Raiders 1st and 10 on their 19. Niners are, good pass rush by the Niners. Almost picked off. Oh, and just missed it. Thankfully for us, Richard gets a good reception for first down. That was almost a pick 6. That was almost headed the other way. And Derek threw that sidearm, kind of lazy, and boom. It bounced off his hands. Wow. It came out. Boom. That's luck, folks. That's luck for a change in our direction. And yes, this Black Lion just wrote a first down. First down. Raiders 1st and 10 on their 45. Richard gets hammered for loss of a yard. Running right. And what I don't understand is after you pick up a first down like that, why not go play action and then just go for the long bomb, you know? That's what the old Raiders used to do. You know what I mean? Throw deep. These new Raiders they They don't throw deep. What's going on? And if you're saying we don't have time, you can engineer time. Roll out this way. That's how you engineer time, right? We don't engineer time. We don't understand how to engineer time with our plays and formations. That's what bothers me. Engineering time. Not that thought's not there. Right? Back to Doug Martin. Gain of 3 on second. So it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. 3rd and 6. 3rd and almost long. Litter says, my heart almost stopped. Oh, you mean with the interception, your heart almost stopped? Yeah. Kyle Shanahan. Good guy. Okay, Raiders have trips left, single to the right, and now a bunch to the left with Jordy Nelson inside. That's not Jordy Nelson, but they're changing the play up. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Got the play off. Back to throw, and he got sacked. 4th sack in the first half. 4th sack. Or as ML Scott just typed, darn, Carr sacked. Hey, unknown Raider guy, how you doing in Vegas? Unknown Raider guy, shake. Tubbs is kind of sick of Gruden's face. Eric Bradley says, if tonight goes well, Levi and Mark likes the experience. Did Mark rethink about playing 1 year before Vegas? Well, I get it. Okay? Unless he's going to have Caesars pay for it. You know, that opens up a question. I mean, if the casinos are going to wind up all but owning the Raiders. Okay? That Caesars deal is the first of a number to come. They're not going to be the only casino involved. So that's just the first. The big question is, will Las Vegas Sands play a big role? Will they have their name on the stadium? Will it be called the Sands Las Vegas Stadium or the Sands Stadium? Or the Adelson Palace, you know? The other side says Carr. I know Raider guy says the car was good until the accident 3 years ago. Now car is lemon. Ooh, all these bad puns. My goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, this game actually hurts, man. I'm sitting up. I'm gonna sit back a bit. Oh, get comfortable. Oh, that's better. This is like the fire. This is the fireside chat, right? Because I got the fireside here. I got your fireside right here. Yeah. Used car dealership. Oh no, Raider guy says used. All these puns. Car. So, folks, with all these puns, you're gonna drive a car into the ground. Yeah. Use a pun, go to jail. Oh my God! Hey, welcome to Zennie62, the king of puns. Not me, but my viewers. They're the king of puns. They're punny. Their punditry is second to none. Get it? Punditry. Get it? Get it? Punditry. Hitty says, "Where's your Marcus Russell at?" Hey, I think he's on the field. He's got a field pass. 4 sacks. Wow. 4 sacks. Fair catch. The Niners have 1:54 until we're saved by halftime. Literally. Oh, boy. If the Niners score on this drive, we're really screwed. The saving grace of all this is that it's 14-3. All right? That's the saving grace. It feels like 21-3, doesn't it? It really does. Here's the Niners, 1st and 10 at the 20. And Garcon in motion, left to right, with Breeden. Ooh, we got smacked. Picked up 6 though. Black Lion says, this guy just can't punt if his life depended on it. Yeah, well, his salary does. So a 2nd and 4. And the Niners have had a mix. 13 passes, 11 runs. 2nd and 4. 120 left before the half. Another wide play. Oh, try that old Chip Kelly off tackle style. Raiders hammered that one. Raiders playing great against the run. Got to give credit where credit is due. That was P.J. Hall, okay? If it were a case of just defending the run, the Raiders would be doing a stupendous job. Okay, just would be. Fox NFL Thursday. Where are they? Are they Embarcadero Center? I don't know where these guys are. Or are they in New York? I can't figure out where they're at. Great play, PJ. Wickworth says, Hennessy, okay, don't. What are we going to say, Jamal? 3rd and 6 for the Niners. The Raiders could get the ball back, make a game of it if we can do something with it. But Raiders go all blitz, convert. And not only do they convert, this could be, but it won't be a touchdown. Wow. And that is, I mean, there's blitzing and there's stupid blitzing. That was an all-out blitz, all right? And the Niners, if you're thinking, hey, they had the right call, that was more of a sight read, okay? And it was a sight read, basically, hey, look, they're giving us the middle. They're giving the Niners saying, hey, look. Shanahan says, look, they give you the middle, you run a slant. There was nobody in the middle. So we were just asking for that, okay? Black Lion says, I can't watch you anymore. Jamal Mills says the Raiders had a pretty good team with Jack. They did. No, there was really not need. There was only a need to really get the defense shored up. You could, in fact, a number of us have said it. You know, change offensive coordinator and change defensive coordinator, but keep the head coach, right? But there was this idea that we all bought into that Gruden was going to really just save the day, and myself included. And you know, I really thought John, for all of the college guys who hung out with, I didn't think for all that football, I thought he was actually absorbing. He wasn't. He was still stuck in a way. And it shows, okay? He's like, I'm old school. Well, no one's got time for that, right? So what? 28 seconds, flag. What is this? The Niners are already in field goal range. So you're getting down to decision time. False start. Could we see 3 touchdown passes before the night is over? I mean, before the half is over? Sorry. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Zennie62 on YouTube. Thanks for watching this with me. Thank you for listening to me rather than your radio host. The only thing I have to apologize for such a sucky game so far. Could get better. Black Lion says, that's before Davis let Mac go. After that, it was clear that we were not trying to win ball games this season. And, yeah. And Niners are back. Though, and he dropped it. Had he not dropped it, that was a touchdown. He would have walked into the end zone. Okay? And it's because the Raiders, with those 4 or 5 wides, they're leaving the middle open. Meaning that what normally would be a free safety is not in the middle. He's generally off covering, bracketing one of the receivers. So, and fortunately, the Niners are actually showing mercy on the Raiders with this formation. And that was bad execution. 4th and 8. So the Raiders are the recipients of a bad offensive series or a bad subset of plays for the Niners. Jermaine Potter says, we can't do anything, not even against the Niners, shaking my head. Here's the field goal, 39-yard attempt. And here we snap, spot, kick on the way. That kick is good. The Niners are up 17-3 with 16 seconds left in the half. Black Lion says, right on the money, Eric Bradley, and that's what we are playing for. Ooh. Boy, oh boy. Welcome to Zennie62, folks. Vid Blogger Nation is what the cup says. I should get a Zennie62 cup. Where are we with I got to work on that. Stats-wise. Go north here. I'll give you a update real quick. Matt Breida's 8 carries. He's 8 rushes for 24 yards. Reed Mossert, that's for the Niners. Nick Mullins is 12 of 17, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Derek Carr is 11 of 15, 116 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Doug Martin is 5 carries, 30 yards. Latavius Bryant's 1 for 17. Jalen Richards 2 for 4. The team, this is going to come as no surprise to you, but the 49ers have 206 total yards of offense. We have 151. Passing, we have 100 yards. The Raiders, the Niners have 167. Rushing yards, Oakland 51 yards. San Francisco 39 yards on the ground. And they show the stadium for the Raiders again. Dreaming of the future. Beautiful, gotta say, it's beautiful, man. You know, so we'll see what happens. But so don't think about the present. Average yards per play: San Francisco 7.1, Oakland 5.6. So. Sally is right. He says, Black Lion is right. That stadium should be in Oakland. But, you know, I'm resigned to the fact that it's not. And our electorate has still not shown the will and the initiative to complete big projects, okay? We have a serious problem with that. We have a serious problem with that, okay? We don't have a convention center worth speaking of. Oh, you know, we just don't know how to build things. Okay? We just don't. I do. Eric Bradley said it best. They have no personal pride. That's right. Let's see if ML sent that video.
November 6th. Most theaters will finish. We've been running for months.
Hey, ML, I got your panel shot, but I didn't get the video. I think. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I did get the video. He sent the video, folks. Hold on a second. Click to download.
Georgia is ready to grow stronger, ready to invest in our schools, so all of our children.
I got a video from ML Scott. Hello. Hold on. Oh, ML, you need to hold the camera like this, not like that. Anyway, this is what it looks like, folks. Hold on a second. Wait, I'll do it like this. But nonetheless, it's show and tell. do that again, but as you can see, it's not filled up at all. But, yeah, so you got a lot of empty seats. Okay, this stadium is this is awful. There might be 40,000 people at this game. Maybe, okay. Dell Jr. says that when guys like Hall, Hurst, and Key don't get sacked, and they don't get sacks because of scheme. It's not talent, it's scheme and game plan. Hey, folks, I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. Hey, Mom, just checking on you. Are you okay?
Mullins to the jersey's been selling out. NFL.com, and I went got mine. Yes, I did. There you go. You better get in line. But what do you think about TV? You must have listened to you in a pregame show. You know exactly what you said. This is I know 49ers quarterback in their debut has ever come from multiple touchdown passes. Now you think about Montana, you can think about Steve Young, but Nick Mullins is a guy that's done that. Awesome first half. Look, down the field, eyes down the field, everybody drops it. That's his check down. He goes to it. Play action. Open up, goes out. Now that's right. Wide open. You think, oh, this is easy. Trust me. When they're wide open like that, it is not easy. Now, this is really cool. This shows us boys under 5 knows he's going to get hit. Spot going to get rid of the football. And Howie, the Raiders defense, they haven't exactly made it too tough on him. Now, one of the things John Gruden talked about this week was disappointment in the defense. That certainly carried over to tonight. You know, here we see both for the run and in the air. Simple bend back play. Backside safety comes, misses the tackle. Then we see in the red zone, going for TD on slant. Whitehead, not sure where he's at coverage. Is he up? Is he back? He's in the middle. He's doing nothing. But I tell you what, Mullins are taking advantage of that. It is not all about football here out in Fox Square. Coming up, the double champions here. Daniel Cormier. He's going to join us. To show them how the fun never ends. When you're in a Toyota.
Tomorrow on NFL Network, wake up with a show critics have called legit entertaining. They'll catch up with the stars of the new Living Bohemian Rhapsody. Good Morning Football. Tomorrow at 7, only on NFL Network.
Welcome back to Fox Square. We're joined now by the UFC light heavyweight and heavyweight champion, Zennie62. Thank you guys so much, man. I'm excited. The people love the champ, man. They love the champ when you walk around with 2 guards on your shoulders. And this Saturday, just down the street from here, you're going to fight at Madison Square Garden against Derek Lewis. Titles on the line. First time at the Garden. Yeah, so what do we look out for?
Man, look out for a big, explosive fight. This is a guy with massive knockout power. But I am the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world for a reason, and I intend to keep my fight on Saturday night.
I really believe it. Yeah, I know. Just worry him down. He's a big man. I'm a big man. Now you can worry him down. Yeah, let Brad Bradshaw wear this guy. I'm a Terry wears this. Hopefully, the 2 things things you get to do on Sunday. One is celebrate defending your title.
Yes.
And two, your Saints against the Rams, hopefully celebrating those guys beating the Rams. Do you think that they're the team that can finally knock the Rams off?
I mean, the Rams look like a creative team from these video games at this point. But the New Orleans Saints with Drew Brees, the greatest quarterback of all time. Drew Brees, the greatest quarterback of all time. To beat them Louisiana, the greatest to beat in Louisiana of all time. Drew Brees will lead the Saints past the Rams and become the powerhouse. I believe he's the greatest 6-footer of all time.
I'll tell you this. I'm the short guy. All I got to say is, if he decides to jump on you, I'm not getting him.
Has not stretched.
What do you think about the Rams?
The Rams now, without their father, have got 7 first-round picks on defense, 4 first-round picks in the defensive front. To me, that's the matchup for the day.
They can match up with them offensively easy. Peyton is a master of that. Just both things actually on both sides of the football. It's going to be a great offensive game.
Let's go say it.
Hey, Daniel, thank you for being here, man. Good luck on Saturday. UFC 230. The pre-fight show starts on FS1 at 7 p.m. And the second half is next.
Thanks for watching the Toyota Halftime.
That's all it is. Be true to your words. Work hard and never quit. That's how me have a job. We're still working on it. But most important, that's how it's always keep us home. So, the next time to growing good jobs, expanding free tech and keeping Georgia safe. You know that's gonna come through.
Brian Kemp. Keep moving Georgia in the right direction.
Eyes on the road, boy.
He says that a lot too.
I'm Kelsey Grammer. My dad was gunned down at his home at the age of 38. 6 years later, my sister Karen was brutally raped and murdered. I was 18. When my father's killer was released, I found out through the National Enquirer. It seemed like a cruel job. In my sister's case, I've been allowed a voice in the parole list of the killers. But that's not always true in Georgia. Amendment 4 gives crime victims and their families a voice in the process and the equal rights they deserve. Please vote yes on Amendment 4.
Depends on weather and traffic every 10 minutes in the morning. Watch Good Day Atlanta.
This is a halftime update from Fox 5 News.
Thanks for watching Thursday Night Football on Fox 5. I'm Russ Preston.
And I'm Kelly Simpson. What do you report on the spread all around North Georgia? And we've got a lot to get to.
Tom Hayes joins us now with the West Nation headlines. Tom, Russ and Sam begin tonight with the race for governor. Today, both candidates were out without campaigning, and each had a big name backing them up. Vice President Mike Pence was at a rally in Dalton with Brian Kemp, and Oprah Winfrey was at an event for Stacey Abrams. We'll have a live update Tuesday evening as the results come in. On to a developing story now in Buckhead. That's what police said. One man was shot and killed, and another was wounded. They all happened at an apartment complex on Peachtree Valley Road. Right now, police are still searching for the gunman. David?
Tom, the bulk of the rain and the thunderstorms moving out to the east of Metro Atlanta. Still a few lingering showers tonight and early tomorrow morning. We pick up half inch of rain. Now we're right on the front. It's going to bring us some drier and cooler weather. We'll talk about that right after the game.
And with the election just days away now, tonight after the game, I'm sitting down with Stacey Abrams to talk about her stance on taxes, healthcare, and the so-called blue wave. You can find my one-on-one with Brian Kemp on fox5atlanta.com.
Well, it's a popular product that might be in your house, but Fox 5 IT reporter Dana Fell discovered it makes it much harder to detect pests that can destroy your home from the inside out.
I opened the door and there's thousands of termites. We've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally.
Fox 5 IT investigates Monday at 7 on Good Day Atlanta.
Oh, you only think the high school football season's winding down. The highlights just keep coming. High Five Sports will be in your face tomorrow night at 11 with all the action from around North Georgia.
And of course, you can depend on Fox 5 around the clock.
Wake up with news, weather, and traffic starting at 4:30 a.m. on Good Day Atlanta. And watch Fox 5 News.
Hey, I'm back. Woohoo! Hey, everybody. I love it how people keep up conversations. You know, I think I'll just sit like this. This is actually more calm. Hey, that guy. Oh, you know what? The guy, remember the Bud Light commercial where the guy says, I'll have it on thumbnail, right? And they have this series of commercials, like right? And they had him this like headlock deal where they were going to chop off his head. Well, he got up and ran up back into the place, and that's in the cut. Anyway, okay, so Billy Jones says Niners defense is trash. Kerr is missing in action, showed up by a rookie. You guys need a new QB. And Hey Bear is not coming out, so good luck. Carr. Nick Mullen, they're basically saying that Nick Mullen looks like the better quarterback than Carr. When you hear that, folks, now the whole talk about Carr trade char is gonna get louder and louder and louder. Watch. I'm almost ready to say, I'll say, I don't think it's going to happen, but I think Jameis Winston would look great in silver and black. I really do. Just saying, okay? Dale Jr. says, Niners are staying, Raiders are moving. Politically and marketing-wise, why wouldn't the Niners win the last battle? I'll tell you why. Because as the Raiders, you need to sell sponsorships. You need to create a desire. You can't just say that we exist and therefore invest in us. All right? Because anyone's going to say, well, you're a loser. You show me a losing team that has a better year in terms of sponsorships than the years that it won. It doesn't work like that. Jermaine Potter says, I'm not trusting Carr anymore. He scares me. It's not Carr that scares me. It's the game plan. But you know what, though? We got another half. Let's see what kind of adjustments, if any, the Raiders have made. Starting now. The Niners have not. They have went to tight defense and to their running game. Wow, it was almost a turnover. It was a great run defense. That was a bad handoff. That was a bad handoff. But the Raiders had that play bottled up from the start. So I don't think Carr should be traded. I think a serious discussion has to be done regarding the Raiders and their coaching style. I'm not one to blame players. Niners are coming out and the trips left, 4 wide receiver wide, 5 wide, and they have time to throw. And that was a tight, oh my God, threaded the needle, and the tight end is going to score. No, he did not. Down to the 5. And the Niners have been working the middle of the field since the second quarter of this game. Because remember I said that the Niners are playing 4 wide and 5 wide, and the Raiders are giving them the middle. Here's another example of it. And the Raiders have done nothing to tighten it up. Nothing. See that? Okay? They have punished. This is what I'm talking about. This is coaching. That's not players. That's coaching. The Niners have punished the Raiders for a bad game plan. I mean, punished them. Punished them. Okay? This is not Carr. This defense is not Carr's fault. This is coaching. All right? Straight up coaching. The Raiders have given the 49ers the middle of the field, and the Niners have exploited it. This is an exploitive game plan. No question about it. Watch this replay right here, okay? See how the field the middle is open, and they just crashed and decided that, hey, you've got one high safety there, and you got this space, and you're not playing inside contain. In other words, you're letting us have the inside, you're playing outside contain. We're going to take that seam and we're going to punish you for it. And that's what they've done, okay? Niners play action, wide open. That's a touchdown with the tight end. Now it is 23-3. And they have a 20-point lead. Wow. This is coaching, folks, okay? This is not tanking. This is coaching, all right? This is not tanking. This is coaching, all right? I blame everybody. This is awful, okay? This is not tanking. This is coaching. Eric the Midget says, Yick, this is an embarrassment. Yeah, it is. It's awful. Awful. I'm calling Chris Dobbins. See if he wants to talk about this debacle. Let's see. He's like, no, Zennie, I'm not picking up the phone. This is bad. Black Lions.
Dobbins, please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll get right back to you. Thanks. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Black Lions says,
one for more options.
hey, Chris, just calling you to see if you're watching. Talk to you later. Black Lion says, if we can't see they are game planning to lose, I don't know what to say. Black Lion, they're not game planning to lose because, again, your statement assumes they know how to put together a winning game plan. And I just don't, you're getting what you get. Okay? You are getting what you get. All right? I mean, I don't know what advantage there is to this. Now, if you say a high draft pick, Turner's Entertainment as a sponsor, my counter is this. That's money that goes to pay for the stadium construction. Okay? And operate. All right? So, no. The Raiders are about $576 million in the hole from that perspective regarding the stadium. So, let's say that this deal, oh, and by the way, don't forget, assuming, of course, the Bank of America has given them the money, they have to pay that money back, the $850 million. So, no. And I say it like that, no. I'll say it like, now, Oprah style, now. Where says bad game plan means really tanking to me. No, bad game plan means you can't coach well. Bad game plan means you can't coach well. All right? Period. Bad game plan means you can't coach well. All right? Unknown Ray Guy says the stadium progress is looking good. But here's the thing. It's still behind schedule. Okay? And we'll find out exactly where they are come Christmas Day. We could take the reel and compare it to the pictures on the CAD drawings, computer-aided design drawings that I have, okay? So then we'll find out where they're at. We got time, don't worry. Gene says your nephew's building Raiders team in Las Vegas. There's T.O. Hey, so T.O.'s got his bust in the Hall of Fame. Oh, that's nice. They gave him a ceremony. He got his ring. And they got his bust. That's the way it ought to be. T.O.'s a Hall of Famer. They treated him like a Hall of Famer the way he wanted it done. Well deserved. Good for him. Unknown regular solo case from Vegas. Black Lion says Chucky doesn't know how to put together a winning game plan. No. Oh, I formation. And that was Doug Martin. Why not I formation play action pass? I don't get that. Okay. You see, Christina Pink is saying, John Gruden told me we have a ton of issues. The number one issue is his coaching. And then telling somebody you have a ton of issues, he's creating those issues. 2nd and 8, slot right, double tight end to the left. Carr's got sacked. That is the 4th sack of the game. I'm sorry. Jamal Mills says, yeah, Jamal's right. John Gruden is too old school. He really is. Okay? He goes, okay, that's 2 steps not open. He gets sacked. No rollout. And he fumbled the ball? Did he lose the ball? No, he didn't. Okay, 3rd and 12. And boy, you know what? The offensive line is too close. All kinds of problems with this scheme. He's going to get sacked again. He just escaped. Look out, and he gets – wow. This is making me tear my hair out. This is – oh. Man. Max Bird says, ha, ha, ha. Dell Jr. says, don't pro players have a certain degree of instinct as to where to be on the field? We just look – well, but Dell, this is not sandlot football. These are young people who are doing what their bosses, the older people, the people with the positions, are telling them what to do in order to get paid. Remember that. There's too much in television. These announcer types are to blame for this thinking that players have all the control when the coaches direct what happens on the field. Okay? Let me give you an example. When Bill Walsh was offensive coordinator for the Bengals and he became coach for the Niners, there are certain players that were kicked off teams because rather than run a pattern the way the coach told the player to run it, if the player saw a hole was open in the defense, he would alter his pattern. The coach would get mad and get rid of the player. Well, Bill Walsh wanted players like that. Okay? What's the moral of that story? A player considered bad by somebody else, a conventional coach, because he didn't follow directions, but he was reading the defense, his prey is desired by Bill Walsh. The moral of the story is coaches and how coaches think governs what happens on the football field as much as the player does. I'm not saying it's all coach, but and you've heard this before. The player has to buy into what the coach is doing. Well, it has to work. What the coach is telling the player to do has to work. And you've already seen that John doesn't want players around that define him because he ships them off, right? So there you go. But what happens is the people that you're left with, they're playing more out of fear than any real respect for your football knowledge. Okay? So Black Lion says, no way this team is that bad. I'm telling you. Black Lion, I'm telling you, this team is that bad. Okay? This team is coached that bad. The players aren't. But look, if you know football, you know how to see what they're not doing. Okay? Now, they would argue otherwise. You don't spin that, all right? That's just a fact. Dub says Gruden needs to turn half of the $100 million. Not worth it. Wayne says, what will it take for Mark to just sell the team and get rid of Gruden? And offer $5 billion. That's what it'll take. You'll probably get that in Vegas. Eric the Midget says, release Jordy so you can sign back with Green Bay. Dub says, what top-tier free agent will want to sign here? Nobody. Nope. Eric the Midget says, can they sign a one-leg punter? I know Raider Guy says, Mark is not selling it. No, not at this point. No, someone directed me to an article saying Mark should sell the team. But I think that's ridiculous, okay? And that shows a total lack of knowledge regarding what's coming down the pike with respect to what they're doing in Vegas. If you look at the high-end potential revenue-wise for what they're doing, the Raiders are going to be worth $5 billion in a few years. Okay, mark my words. Mark my words, if it's done right. If it's done right. If, all right? But I'm telling you, sports gaming and gambling, that's going to change everything. All right? And if I am the players, if I'm the NFLPA, I'm lining up for a strike to get my money's worth from that. Here come the Niners in that I formation that's been killing the Raiders, the Raiders still perform. The Raiders defense has tightened up the running game. Passing game, tightened up running game. Now, Black Lion says, no way, Chubb. Now you see why Chucky got all the money to take the heat that was coming down after what Davis has done to our team. Leonard Sally says, Kyle Shanahan is going to be an excellent coach in this league for years to come. And there's play action, tight and wide open again. Sally, Colty, excuse me. Was it Kite? Yeah. Limps a little bit there. He's trying to shake it off, but we know he's hurting. Patrick M. Blackman, how you doing? And Dean Noss says, how come players ask for too much money? They say they love the game. If that, you wouldn't be asking for that much money. Because, and I'll get to that in a second, Dean does. MM Forever says, if Oakland Raiders fans had any heart or soul, they'd turn their back on the Raiders here and now, regardless of how well they do since they're leaving for Vegas. Niners 1st and 10. Ooh, I like that play. That fake toss, fake jet sweep, toss to the other side, and this is going to be a touchdown. Wow. The Raiders had – wow. And it's sad that one play – that was a well-designed, well-executed play. Sad that one play like that – look at that face. Oh, he looked at Gunther. He says, wow. Yeah, and pitch. And they had – the Niners blocked them well. The Raiders got fooled. That was a well-designed play. The Raiders were fooled just enough on the fake pitch to the left that when the pitch to the right occurred, the Niners' offensive line was already in place to block it. Okay? Wow. I give that one to Shanahan. That was a well-designed offensive play. Black Lion says, as long as they're Oakland, no such thing as the Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are not tanking for their number one pick. That's stupid. That is stupid. Okay. The Raiders are not tanking for the number one pick. You know why? Because they can't afford it. The Raiders are not going to be able to afford any great players for another 3 years. All right. So until the stadium is open and the money starts coming in, they have some extra cash, right? Until then, forget it. So I don't care about this number one pick stuff. The reason why the Raiders have these number one picks is because they can't afford to keep their current players. Are you forgetting that? Golly. I mean, come on, get smart, people. Connect things. Connect the dots. And stop assuming that because a person has a title, they automatically know what they're doing. Because of that, we get the situation we have now because fans like you and me think, oh, Gruden knows and everything else. He doesn't know, folks. Okay? John needs help. He also needs to listen. Okay? All right. John says, what is Reggie McKenzie role now? He's GM. South Jersey says, looking good, Gruden. Eric Dimitri, you're absolutely right. They're not going to pay a number one pick Khalil money. No, they're not. If anything, they're going to take those picks, they're going to trade down. Watch. Or they're going to take those quick picks and acquire a player that they can afford to keep. But the Raiders have a money problem. They're spending their money out of the stadium. They're not printing money. So Dell says, did the Raiders practice? It was a short week. Good question. Doesn't look like it. Patrick M. Blackman. Patrick says, John needs a new owner. he's talking to Gunther, and Paul is getting mad at John, and this is a bad scene. So John and Paul are yelling at each other. Uh-oh. So I got to take a picture of this. So John's losing it with his defensive coordinator on national television. All right. Hold on a second, folks. I gotta take a picture of this one. Hold on.
See what Derek Carr and the Raiders can figure out here.
Let's see here. All right.
Here's a moment captured on the sideline between head coach John Gruden and Paul Gunther as defensive coordinator. The Raiders defense has allowed points on 15.
Got the picture, folks. All right. This is what we're looking at. See that? Here's the other one. Look at John's. Look at his body language. Like, hey, what you doing to me? Look at that. See that? Okay. Coaching. All right. That's not tanking, folks. That's bad coaching. All right. So here come the Raiders, 1st and 10. Trips with a trips bunch to the right. And they give it to, I don't know why we're running. I don't know why we're running with 31 and 3. 31 and 3. Blowout. Patrick M. Blackman said it best. Oakland is making Nick Mullins look like a Hall of Famer. Yeah. He is 15 of 20, 260 yards, a 156.3 QBR. All right. Look at this. Hold on a second. 156.3 QBR. Ah! He's outplaying Derek Carr. And here we go on the ground. And cut back and run. 1st down. Nice. This is not. Malik King. I'm putting this on Twitter. I'm tweeting this. I'm writing John Gruden blasting Carr play action, and he missed a sack, and he threw it right at the foot of Doug Martin. Wow. John Gruden, I'm writing a tweet. John Gruden blasting Paul Gunther. Sign. Sign of Raiders, Oakland Raiders unraveling under bad coaching. That's what I'm writing on Twitter right now. Hey everybody, welcome to Zennie62. Todd Glick says, why are you watching this embarrassing performance? Jeopardy is on. It's better than Jeopardy. Jamal says, do you think this is a Reggie last year? I think no. Wayne says, will Gunther get canned after this? Yes. Eric Demetrius says, so Raiders playing in London again next year? Yep. And are you still down? Says Oakland's whole line just got pushed back 5 yards. Yeah, they did. And let's see here. OAK Here's SF. Wow. Was that his 5th sack? Oh, the pass was knocked down. Okay. They've collapsed, folks. They've collapsed, folks. And illegal formation, you know what that means? That means ain't paying attention. That means head not in the game. That means I've given up. All right? Got it? My tweet is out. Okay? High and Drunk says rock bottom. Leonard Solid says, I can to see if someone is going to ask Gruden what happened between him and Gunther at post game. This is my tweet that's out. Let's see here. Trying to get my tweet to show you. There's my tweet, folks, on Twitter. Are you still down? This is not the Raiders are giving. The Raiders are being coached badly. Okay. Eric the Midget said, laughing stock of football and all sports. Yeah. I'm retweeting my tweet. Alex D says the Raiders will get better if Mark sells. Bad decisions start at the top and it shows on the field. So frustrating. Well, Alex, they're not going to sell because to sell at this point would mean that they would get less than what they're worth, given that their Las Vegas plans are not in place. So Dinez says, do you think Gunther gets fired the next couple of days? I think it's a good possibility after this. Are you still down? Is Gunther a good fit is Gruden a good fit for this generation of Raiders? As it looks like, no. You know, John, there's a way that John is that I thought he would not be. And I'm saying it hesitantly for 2 reasons. A, I like John Gruden a lot. B, I hope that he changes. And C, I hope I'm wrong to a large degree. But you just go with what you see, okay? Jay Black says, checking in, Poindexter. Hey, how you doing? What are your thoughts on Shanahan's offense? I think it looks great against – this is an awesome game plan. It is a – if I had to pick a word for Mike Shanahan's offense, it would be excuse me. If I would have to pick a word for Mike Shanahan's game plan for today, it would be ruthless, because every defensive weakness the Raiders have shown, Shanahan, in perfect Bill Walsh fashion, because Walsh would do this, would not just call one play, but several plays to exploit that weakness. You're leaving a single high safety open with seams and you're playing outside contain, he takes advantage of it. You're not playing man for man with the split in coming across. There's no backside blitz to sack a quarterback after play action. Shanahan takes advantage of it. Shanahan's offensive game plan is ruthless. That's the catchphrase for his game plan against the Raiders. Ruthless. That's how I would describe it. Now, there goes. Wow. And excuse me for a second. Holding. No wonder they got so many yards. Oops, excuse me. Okay, there's Mark Davis. Did anybody see what Mark Davis is sitting with? Who was Mark Davis sitting with? Hold on a second. Let's go back a little bit here. They had a shot of Davis in the bar. He is. There he is. Mark Davis in the box. Let's see who's Davis. Who's Mark sitting with? Who's this, folks? Anybody know who this is? This is Mark Davis' girl. This is the girl Mark Davis is with. See that? Who's that? Anybody know? Nah. That's why he's moving to Vegas. I'll tell you, okay?
They traded Mark Cooper. They traded Khalil Mack. They're stockpiling first-round picks. You were talking about it earlier that you were part of this as a player.
All right. Let me fast forward here. I got that. Jermaine Potter says, Eric the Midget says, Mark sitting next to a hot breezy. Jermaine Potter says she's looking good. Dean Ness says Demi Moore. Eric the Midget says it's Mark's escort for the night. Kevin Jr. says laugh out loud. Litter Sully says Mark Davis should put a paper bag on his Halloween head. Jermaine Potter says that's why we don't have money. Davis tricking. Rick Worth says Vegas dancer. Oh, you guys are awful. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. I'm just going to ask on Twitter, who's that with Mark Davis? Does anybody know? Who is?
Yes, speak the truth.
Las Vegas wants to know. The Raiders have been outscored 150 to 79 in the second half. 2nd and 1 for the Niners. And I don't think he's going to get the first down.
Was not a well-received trade by the media for your rookie year back in Dallas. It was only going to get good as the picks that came afterwards. Like you mentioned, with only 5 first-round draft picks for those Raiders, that's great. But you got to make those picks count. Here's Mostert, and he was tripped up short of the first down yardage. You know, Jimmy Johnson was able to make those picks count, and obviously Aaron Smith was one of those guys that was able to come in and join the team, and then we were off and running, but a lot of picks that they've been able to accumulate, if they make the right picks, and I think they have some good young talent.
Just tweeting a little bit, folks. Hold on. And then I'm going to say, hey, join the party at Zennie62. Junior says Shel Nadelson's daughter. Oh, hey, it might be though. That could be. Are you still down? Says the Raiders shouldn't have traded the house. They were a 400% team. Eric the Midget says this is one way to slow him down. Ooh, this is a cool commercial. Is this a game? Ooh. PlayStation, okay. Huh. Hey, Patrick, thank you for. It's double shares night. I owe you shares, so it's double shares. Jamal says, I want to see Mark's face. Oh, you want to see Mark? Let me see if I can arrange that for you. Hold on. There, here you go.
Well, Jimmy's proud to have helped put a roof over the heads of hundreds of families.
You started your fantasy? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow on Good Morning Football.
Still tweeting, folks.
My name is Amy Belafonte. I didn't used to believe in monsters. But I do.
All right. Hey, ooh. The heck is this? All right. Black Lion says, looks like death eating crackers. Oh, God. Oh, you guys are bad. Oh, you guys are bad. All right. Here we go with the game again, folks. Punting. The Niners are punting to us. It's 31-3. It's the third quarter, 4 minutes left, and some change. Joe Anderson says, the truism, Raiders are beyond bad. Yep, that's true. And, wow, somebody broke their arm. Or broke their, whatever he did. You can see this welt on his forearm right there. It's a big welt. Hey, everybody, welcome to Zennie62. Please subscribe. Thumbs up, please. Thank you. Hello. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They're finally throwing. Hey, on first down. Not running, throwing. There's a screen to Shardy picks up a first down. Let's see if they go without a huddle. Do they go without a huddle? Come on, guys. No huddle. No huddle, guys. Guys. No huddle. No huddle, guys. Come on. No huddle. Get the playoff. Rush them. Instead, no. This is disgusting. I mean, come on. Show some want to. That's all right. Good call. No huddle, guys. No huddle. Oh, this is horrible. You know, just bing, 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 right? They're just taking it as this, oh, we're going to run down the clock. And da. John Anderson says, Gruden looks like a team. Gruden took a few players away from a deep playoff run and turned them into the Browns in a single offseason. Yep, he did. He made them slower. Mike Lowry says, can we start a petition for Oakland to file a lawsuit as soon as possible? I want, I guess, getting some, and another run that gets nothing and just eats clock. Get this. The team that's behind by 30 points is trying to eat clock. Man. Mike Lowry says, can we start a petition for Oakland to file a lawsuit ASAP? I want the parasite that is Mark Davis out of my city. Leonard Side says, depressing. Black Lion says, no, Davis did it with his move to Vegas. Joseph Binsman says, Raiders look ready for 3 first-round picks tonight. Yeah, but Joseph, they can't afford them. Leonard Side says, why are we running the ball? Exactly. It's ridiculous. The clock stopped at 2:18. And are you still down? You get the award for the quote of the night. And so whoever you are, I'm not showing your I'm not showing your text, okay? So sorry about that. You're gonna have to just write something that's showable rather than the machine blocking you, okay? Now, I formation for the Raiders, and yeah, false start and flag, and John's you know what? John's gaining weight. John's got a pot belly that he didn't have earlier this year. It's that good life. Eating that good food. Yeah. I swear John put on at least 5 pounds. Oh well. Either he's maybe whatever. Hey, Will McCovey passed away. Rest in peace. Kevin Jr. says, I never thought about that. Why have all these first-round picks if Davis can't pay them? See, the whole point, you have to remember something. And look, the players the Raiders got rid of were of high value. You don't get rid of a high-value player for a low-round pick. You don't say, well, gee, I know we can't afford a first-round pick next year. You get as much as you can because they can't afford the players they got rid of, okay? They got rid of high-dollar players. We're not talking about getting first-round picks for low-dollar players. The problem is the Raiders got rid of players they could not afford to keep to begin with. It all fits together. You have a high-dollar player. You can't afford the high-dollar player, so you get a first pick. Yeah, you can't afford the first-round pick, but the first-round pick allows you to get a veteran player that you can probably afford. Okay? So that's trade bait they have to get a high-value player. Maybe somebody like, I would hope, Jameis Winston, who needs a new home away from Tampa. They're not treating him right in Bucks country. Second night for the Raiders, car back to throw. And almost he ran and slid. Third down. Third down. 1:26 left, third quarter. Eric Midget says, Derek ran the ball. He ran the ball. Yeah. Black Lion says, anyone that can show me Chucky knew that Mac was going to be traded before he took the job, I'll buy you dinner at your favorite restaurant for $2. He didn't know. Because, again, the Raiders ran into money troubles in Vegas because of the way that stadium tax is not performing and their money obligations there. You cannot – this team cannot print money. I don't care what anyone else says. Anyone who says that doesn't understand how NFL teams operate fiscally. Good throw by Derek Carr. First down, Matavius Bryant gets hauled down to the 20, and we may come away with a score. Kevin just says, I like Jameis. Put him in a new environment. Red zone, baby. Yep. Wayne says, thanks to Jack Del Rio, firing of offensive coordinator last season. Boy. Should not have gotten rid of Bill Musgrave. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Just tasting pay dirt. Just outside the red zone by a hair. And, oh, yeah, that hair turned into another hair. Doug Martin got down for 2. Negative. So, excuse me. Wow. End of third quarter. One more quarter of this mess. Eric Midget says the comeback is coming. I hope so.
November 6th. Most see it as the finish line. We've been running for months.
I'm right. I'm texting to ML Scott. I read that online. Laugh out loud. Let me try and see if I can get a hold of let me just call him. No.
Ready to invest in our schools so all of our children can get the best education from cradle to career. Ready to expand Medicaid, save rural hospitals, and create 56,000 new jobs to build an economy that puts more money.
I was supposed to talk to Oakland Councilman Renewal Giles, so I'm just calling to see if I can get a hold of him. He's probably not wanting to talk about this game.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 5102.
Sorry about that. Can't get a hold of him. I don't want you to hear his number. So there you go. So, let me try something else here. The silence is awkward. Hey, man. You ready to talk? Okay, let me put you on speaker. Hold on. All right. Hey, everybody. It's Chris Dobbins. Hey, Chris, what do you think of this game, man?
What's a hangover right now, man? This game is a disaster. What are you talking about? This game's ridiculous.
Now,
it just looks really bad.
What do you think the problem is?
I'm not a X and O's football coach. It looks like the Raiders have already given up this year. They're trading everybody out, and then they're waiting on these draft picks. The concern again, once the Raiders leave, my loyalty to the Raiders, I'm fine. Mm-hmm. But once Gruden's basing everything on he's got these draft picks and he's going to go forward, but his track record for choosing great players in the draft is not spectacular. So as a Raider fan, you're kind of scratching your head, man, we traded all of our best players this year. The Niners have been terrible this year. They look like world beaters. They're making this Mullins kid look like a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, 156 QBR.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
He never.
Yeah. Here's my thing, because all my viewers are like, oh, they're tanking, and I'm saying this. I said, look, it's bad coaching. And
bad coaching. I'm not. I'm sure it's a great point. I don't.
Here's why I say that. Okay.
I just don't think we have good enough players.
No. Here's my point. They're spending all their money in Vegas. They're $20 million short in tax revenue to build the stadium.
Right.
They got to get that $20 million from somewhere. They can't afford to pay Khalil Mack, so they get rid of him. They can't afford to pay Amari Cooper, so get rid of him. They're both high-dollar picks, right?
Okay.
You're not going to. Oh, geez, he just fumbled the ball.
Yeah, he did.
That's awful. The ball. You're not going to get rid of a high-dollar player for a low-round draft pick. You're just not going to do that. And you're not going to, right? And you're not going to say, well, gee, we're going to take a third-round pick for a guy we know is a first-rounder, even though we're not going to be able to afford him next year. What you say is, hey, look, I got 3 picks next year. I can use those picks to get a veteran player that I can afford who's good, right?
Or you stick with the rookie because you're on the rookie salary level, right? So you take the rookie.
Yeah, but then you trade down though. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Because my point is
he missed it. Wow, bounced off the.
Yeah. Because I know that they just did this with Caesars Entertainment, but they need 14 more of those deals, and that's money that goes to the stadium, not the players. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a great start for the Raiders in Vegas. And this whole, anybody who says the Raiders need to sell the team right now, that's crazy. The Raiders are not going to sell the team.
Oh, of course not. They're not selling.
And not only that, look, the Raiders are going to be all but owned by the casinos in Las Vegas by the time this is done.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And then Mark will sell for $5 billion, because then sports gaming will be. Oh, and speaking of which, for sports gaming, why is it that we at the Coliseum, and you're on the board? Hey, folks, I'm talking to Chris Dobbins. He's on the board of directors of the Oakland County Coliseum Joint Powers Authority. Why don't we talk about sports gaming at the Coliseum? We're leaving millions of dollars on the table. Yeah. What's going on?
Well, there's no structure for the leagues to do that. However, obviously everyone's talking about it with David Silver. Not David. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. The gentleman that runs the NBA.
Sure.
Right. So they're talking. They're on the forefront of this, and the fact that. They put a hockey team in Vegas. They're about to have a football team in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sports betting. What is my understanding is if I went to a Premier League game in Tottenham Stadium or Wembley Stadium, right? I can bet on Premier League soccer, right? So,
but you can do it in Oakland now. The law says you can do it in Oakland.
Yeah, right. But people aren't doing it, and down the line, I'm sure they will set it up.
So how come the JPA is not planning for that right now? Why are we leaving money on the table? You've got Jersey making money right now. Delaware's hauling money in. What's wrong with us that we?
Yeah, Jersey. You're right. Yeah, we are. You're right.
Come on, I'm counting on you, Chris.
So your gambling stock goes up. All right.
I'm saying. We always talk about you know what, not
Raising
breaking
revenue,
even,
sure.
raising revenue. And look, I
Right.
know Scott doesn't want to do it, but I think,
Right.
but you know what, Scott's got to cave in to the reality of the changing nature of sport. And gaming is now legal to do. Gambling is now legal to do. We don't have a.
So I would operate. I would agree with you in that. You know, I've been going to Raider games since '95, and they go back.
Mhm.
And you know, in the last couple of years, you'll see stats for fantasy stats.
Yeah.
You know, you never saw that when you're and again, fantasy, you know, whatever. But again, the fact that they acknowledge that people are, you know, a lot of people are into football because it's the fantasy football.
Mhm.
You know, they're actually showing stats on game day on the big jumbotron. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's like people tell me, well, even the mayor is like, well, you know, maybe I remember I talked to her once. She says, well, we may not keep Oakland Arena. I said, that's crazy. You know, I mean, I can't believe. Hey, are you by the stadium now? By the way, are you?
I was down there. Now I'm in this little location with a bunch of Oakland teachers and we're just all watching the game. The crowd's pretty split, Niners and Raiders, but we're all just kind of watching it. Sitting here, so yeah.
How are people reacting to the Raiders? What are people saying?
Everyone's laughing. Everyone's like shaking their heads, laughing. It's just, again, we're all in our mid 40s. We're all, you know, Skyline guys. We're all Oakland guys. Just,
go Titans, man!
Yeah, well, at least we didn't get beat 94-0 from the Climbers.
Oh.
Another mess, but anyway.
94.
So, you know, people are, 94. So it was 94-0.
That's a football score.
For your Skyline Titans got beat by the Climbers in school, about 300 kids. They blew the varsity won 94-0, JV won like 76-0.
Football.
So it was a bad football. Yes, sir. It's 2 weeks ago. Yes.
That's
very
like
bad.
8 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Golly,
exactly.
I mean.
So the Niners are running back on us now. All right, because we missed a field goal. Now the Niners are running back. So it's really pathetic. You know, I dropped some friends off down at the game, and so I was around the stadium a little bit.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of Raider excitement, a lot of people excited, but then, you know, this game's been a disaster. So.
Hey, how was the crowd? Was it memorable, or no fights and stuff? Or?
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, it's still,
that's good.
At the end of the day, the Niners are going to win this. They still have 2 wins and still 7 losses, so these are 2 lousy teams.
Yeah.
You know, so to think if Carr was back next year, you know, you're just talking about, well, you're going to cut salary on the premier players. I mean, it's hard to think that Carr is going to be back next year.
Hey,
despite what they said.
So what's your feeling as we approach the 3rd and 1 with the Niners? What's your feeling about the lawsuit of people? For those who don't know, what you think? What do you think about it? Should we or shouldn't we?
But the lawsuit, yeah, no, I'm definitely supportive of the lawsuit. I know there's other people on the commission that don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, you know, people. I've heard the argument that, well, if you sue the NFL, you'll never get an expansion team, but we're not going to get an expansion team anyway, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at what how Kaepernick, right? So
mm-hmm.
So the Nike, he's suing the NFL, but yet Nike is, big sponsor his, right? And so, you could still sue people without losing that stuff. So I don't, I'm supporting the lawsuit. I think we should do it. I don't think that if we do it, it's gonna, one way or another. The NFL's not giving us another team. I mean, our best bet to get a new team would be to take an existing team.
Hey, by the way, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm on the phone with Chris Dobbins. He's a good friend of mine. If you need a great Oakland lawyer, folks, hey, look, you get in trouble. You get in trouble.
Yeah.
You get in trouble. You got a DUI. You call Chris Dobbins.
Not tonight. Though,
okay, I don't say this from personal experience. Okay, I'm
don't
just.
Don't get a DUI tonight. But
don't get a DUI.
Great to be on your show, Zennie. You always have a great show, and you're on top of everything. You broke the story about the Warriors, having to pay $40 million.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they're going to appeal it, but it looks really good for the city and county. So.
Hey, something else too. I put on Oakland News Now. John Russo. I have a video of this that goes back now 8 years. John Russo told me in 2010 that before Joe Lacob officially was named as the buyer of the team, right?
Yeah.
When Cohen announced he was going to sell, and there was this fear that the next owner was going to ship the Warriors off to San Francisco, right?
Right.
Well, Russo, I said, so what happened in that case? And Russo said on video, and you can see it on Oakland News Now, he said, look, the contract is what it is. If someone buys the Warriors and moves them to San Francisco, they have to pay the outstanding bond issue.
Good.
He said that in 2010.
Good.
In
And
2000,
he was city attorney at the time, right?
He said that on
city
camera. I
council,
got it right there on
city
Oakland News
council.
Now right now. No,
Good.
get this.
Good.
In 2014, Raymond Riddler, the PR guy with the Warriors,
PR guy, yeah.
told me I was wrong. I said, dude, I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
when the arbitrators' verdict came down, what did you think about that, by the way? What did you think about the arbitrators' decision?
well, obviously, I'm fully supportive of it, so I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was a no-brainer. You know,
Exactly. I mean, that's what the contract said, and you know, and again, equity or things are not necessarily what what they base the law on, but you know, I mean, they're going to double the value of their franchise, and they're going to stick taxpayers of Oakland and Alameda County $40 million bond debt. You know, screw that. I mean, make the Warriors pay.
Yeah. Hey, so let's talk election. You live in Oakland, right?
District 6, yeah.
Who you got? Who you got for? Who you got for?
I'm writing in Zennie Abraham. That's my guy for city council and mayor and dog catcher. Yeah, I'm not excited about anything. I mean, and again, when I was running for office, people weren't excited about me. I get that. I just city council. I'm not really excited, and as mayor, I'm really not.
But are you?
Anybody. So I'm not sure I'll vote for you. I haven't voted yet.
You haven't voted yet. Okay.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah.
I say Desley Brooks for District 6.
You think she's gonna take it? You think she's gonna? I mean, I'll give her credit though. They're spending 4-1 against her.
Hey, by the way, guess what? Guess who's in at quarterback for the Raiders?
They put McCarron in.
They put McCarron in.
Jesus.
They put McCarron in.
Wow.
They put AJ. They pulled Derek Carr.
Well,
that's sad, man.
Yeah, that's a real vote of confidence. That's a real vote of confidence.
Sad,
let's see if McCarron can do. I mean, Carr hasn't done anything today.
Well, but
he hasn't done anything.
But John's put him. But Chris, John's put him in a sucky game plan.
That's
I mean,
true.
You know what? I would.
That's true.
If John gave that game plan to me, I'd beat him up on the sidelines. That's horrible, man.
But John's making $90 million guaranteed. Is Carr gonna be back next year?
God.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's bad stuff.
We'll
now,
see.
You know what? Seeing AJ McCarron reminds me that Brent Musburger is the play-by-play on radio, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that Musburger is saying anything about his wife right about now?
No comment, brother. No comment. No comment.
Hey, folks, the backstory.
But,
I have to explain the backstory to my viewers.
Yeah.
Brent Musburger got a look at AJ McCarron's then girlfriend, Catherine, now wife, who was Miss Alabama, I believe, Miss Alabama, USA,
Right.
and just went gaga on television, like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. And social media let him have it over it. Although, look, he is right, okay? But it kind of stayed with him. Yeah, it kind of stayed with him.
Like, what was it, 75 at the time, whatever he was, 76, whatever.
Right.
I mean,
Well, but that's okay. Hey, look, I mean, look, we're going to be, I would
let
hope,
him live.
Right, exactly. I would hope that, I'm functioning and that old.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, frankly.
Very diplomatic way to say it.
Yeah, and hey, if he's in Vegas, he's got a little money to spend, and he's enjoying his life, let him. That thumbs up, fine, absolutely. Hey, so take us to how the Warriors. What do you think about the Warriors this season? What do you think about Klay Thompson breaking the record?
I mean, phenomenal. I mean, come on, you can't. As bad as the Raiders are, the Warriors are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's and they're still trying to get. Although Steve Kerr is saying that DeMarcus Cousins is going to be passed. A lot of people are looking at the Christmas game that DeMarcus Cousins is back for, but he said what Steve Kerr said today that it's going to probably be this spring. But I mean, look at just it's phenomenal. And I was there last night for we didn't get the first down, fourth down, they didn't get it.
Oh man.
But it
didn't get it?
Yeah, but I mean, having Klay Thompson, we're having a tough, start the season and then just break out like that, phenomenal. It's we're just functioning also. Yeah, the Raiders didn't get it, 4th and inches.
No.
Then I think you and I could have got 4th and inches, but maybe not. Anyway.
What does it say that John didn't let? This speaks volumes. John did not let Derek Carr finish the game.
Well, again, I'm not making $10 million a year guaranteed for 10 years. So,
wow.
Yeah. And,
I mean,
even despite what they said earlier this week, they didn't trade him because people were saying they were going to trade him to New York on Tuesday, but they didn't trade him. But come on, man, these are not guaranteed contracts.
No, they're not.
I can't see Carr be here next year. I just don't. I mean, he's a great guy. We loves him. You know, he grew up a Raider fan, but you know. Yeah.
But you know, also, you know what though, the collective bargaining agreement is coming up for renegotiation.
Right. That's correct.
The way he's handling this, man, he's triggering a strike. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm not disagreeing.
And not only that, you've got all this money that the Raiders are going to be making from gaming in Vegas, and not only that, not just the Raiders. You know, the Jets signed a deal with MGM Resorts.
Right. No, they're doing it now, right over at the Meadowlands, right?
Yeah.
Gaming, offsite gaming, yeah.
And then Caesars Entertainment has a deal with the Ravens.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's spreading. That's why I was asking about the Coliseum, because I said, hey, you know what? We're getting left holding the bag. And if AEG cannot set us up with a great situation in sort of sports gaming, we need to get rid of them. We need to find somebody, maybe Legends or somebody. We need to open up the contract for renegotiation fast. This is ridiculous, man. Because you know the world is passing us by, and we're limping along on a few million here and there. I mean, come on. We have a multi-billion-dollar facility, man. It is like
again. That's why I'm voting for you, man, for mayor, Zennie. I got you for mayor.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You figure this stuff out.
I appreciate that. One of my viewers is.
The better question. Hold on, man. The better question is who do you got for mayor? Is your goddaughter, your godsister going to win?
My goddaughter.
Yeah, god sister. Excuse me.
Libby Schaff for re-election. Yeah. Although I am deeply disappointed in how she's ran things, I will tell you that we need stability. Okay.
Sure.
And we've had now, you know, and there's a chance Libby may not win, but here's the thing. Okay. Let's say she doesn't win. That would be our third mayor in what, 3 first terms, right? Okay.
Right, because Mayor Delms had 1 term.
Right.
Mayor Kwan had 1 term.
Right.
And, yeah.
So at what point do we achieve stability? You know?
Sure.
Because if she goes out, let's say Kat wins, you know, that's going to be a new regime.
Sure.
And not only that, Kat's going to have to get up to speed with how City Hall works, which is going to cause her to lose some hairs, okay? Because she's not used to it. So, all right. I mean, it's great to consistently want something new. And I think we have a society where people want to change out things all the time. But you have this instability that guarantees poor performance in any walk of life. All right. It just straight up. One of my viewers, Black Lion Supreme, thinks that the Raiders are tanking on purpose. I'm telling him that players do not tank on purpose unless they're paid. You know, that's ridiculous. You know.
I mean, it looks like we are.
No, to me, no. This is bad coaching. This is bad coaching.
Yeah.
You got
bad something, bad plan,
bad coaching. Because you had Shanahan's offensive game plan. They have exploited the Raiders' schematic.
Definitely looks like it.
Yeah, we play outside contain. Excuse me, we play outside contain, Chris, in the end zone, in the red zone, rather than inside contain.
Yeah.
So we get hurt with a slant pass inside.
Right.
We get hurt with slant passes on blitzes. We blitz with, you know, we don't fake blitz. We all out blitz, and so we get stung over the middle like we should.
Yeah.
So the Niners just did what was logical. I mean, it's kind of like, duh. And here's the Raiders again with that same blitz, and we get hurt over the middle with it again. It's kind of like, well, gee, Paul Gunther, how many times are you going to do that?
Well, we're looking really bad.
Right.
Those guys are looking bad.
So what do you think? So you think?
When he got fired, the former Raider offensive coordinator last year. So.
You think we fire Paul Gunther after this? You think Gruden will get rid of him?
It's hard. I mean, Paul Gunther is Gruden's guy, so I don't think so. But yeah, it's gonna.
Well, he just dressed his own guy down. He just dressed his own guy down on the sidelines, man. Did you see that?
That is true.
I mean, this is not funny. I want to.
All right, Zennie. Well, look, people are yelling at me, so I got to keep moving. But,
okay.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, you too, man. Thanks.
I really appreciate having me on.
That was Chris Dobbins, first member, best attorney in Oakland.
Don't get to you tonight, kids. Drive safely.
All right, I'll see you, man.
Cheers, Zennie. Have all well with the family. It's always a pleasure speaking with you, sir, and being on your show, man. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you taking time.
Have a great day, sir. Thanks.
You too. See you, man. See you. So that was Chris Dobbins, first, my friend, giving us a great show. And Lynn Sykes says, I bet Mark was not on board. So He says, Beanie, why did they just put their backup quarterback to do 4 straight plays? Beanie says, either John Gruden is straight up garbage or you're purposely calling dumb plays. Black Lion says, I didn't say the players were tanking. They were just done after the Mark Mack trade. Ah, okay, I see what you're saying. No, it's Black Lion. You're saying that in their head, they're not playing. I get what you're saying. He says, the coaches who create the game plan are planning for the draft. No, the coaches create the game plan aren't planning for the draft, because anybody who would put it together a game plan like that, assuming they're going to be around for the next year, is a fool. No one would want to keep you if you put in a game plan like this and you take a performance like that and say, well, so what did you do with the Raiders? Oh, like this running play, like they got it bottled up this time. Okay. They brought the safety, they brought the linebacker up to stop that, the fake toss pitch. That play was the play that scored the touchdown last time it was ran. Raiders got that bottled up. But the whole point is, there goes. So the whole point is that no one plans for this sort of thing. Okay, you don't put on your resume, I tanked the Raiders. That doesn't make any sense. All right, I don't care what anybody says. It's stupid. All right, it's just plain stupid. So, and not only that, thing as a bad coach. All right, and you have to understand when to call it as it is presented to you. You're witnessing bad coaching. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing bad coaching. All right, that's it. Okay, that's it. I mean, this is a complete disaster. You can only look at the Raiders' run defense and say, you know, hey, look, run defense is good, save for one play. But no, or that play. Okay. Beanie says, I take it you don't like the Gruden hire. No, Beanie, I'm disappointed. I like the Gruden hire. I like John Gruden as a person. Okay. No, I'm disappointed with John. I thought he learned more than his time having the Fired Football Coaching Association, his shows, his being around the college game would demonstrate. John has not demonstrated that he learned anything from the college game, any of those innovations, and brought them into the modern, brought him into the Raiders. It's not what I expected to see at all. So no, I'm very disappointed with John. I like him personally. I am very disappointed with his performance because I like him as a person, right? So no, I really, it's bad. It feels bad. Okay. So G Nez says every Raider game has been a disaster this season. Yeah, it's the style. It's gunning the team. It's making the team older when at a time when teams are younger, and there's a gulf of difference between older players today and younger players in terms of speed, with nutrition and football knowledge. You've got now a league. When John was coaching in the NFL led in terms of offensive innovation, right? Now it's flipped. Offensive innovation starts at the high school level and it goes up. It's completely reversed. So John has not taken anything at the high school level and said, I'm going to bring this into the league. All right? And so in Bible study, the reason why we got rid of players, we couldn't afford them. You have to understand the relationship between revenues of a football team and expenses, and where the revenues from. PJ, I want you to take a sheet of paper, and I want you for yourself to draw a ledger, a spreadsheet of the revenues a football team gets and what those monies go and how it gets them. Okay? The revenues are ticket sales, luxury suites, and sponsorships and merchandise sales. Those are the primary revenues. All right? The expenses, stadium construction if you're building a new stadium. If not, it's zero. All right? And what percentage of that you're spending. Player personnel, administrative costs, facility operations. Okay? Facility operations are, well, you know, this money you spend on your training camp building, your headquarters, paying the light bill, that sort of thing. You're running a business, all right? You just, you know, it really kills me. McCarron's still in a quarterback, and that's an awful throw. It really kills me the degree to which people think that they always talk about how much money is out there for a team, but they never look at the expenses. Look at both, all right? Yeah. So what I'm saying, PJ, is I want you to understand it for yourself. I want you to take a blank for yourself. Whenever you have time, take a blank sheet of paper, do the internet, do some research, and then write down the teams or look it up on the internet. But understand income, money coming in versus money going out. All right. And then what's the difference? The difference is called net operating income. That is revenue minus expenses. Okay. So Patrick and Blackman says, Zennie, did John say he was trying to send the game back to 98? He did say that. I thought he was kidding. Looks like he wasn't. Later, Sally says the game has changed so much from when Gruden was coaching in the 90s. He is not caught up to the modern day of how to coach players. And PSL do that. No, he hasn't. And it's disappointing. It is a disappointing something to see. You know, just in terms of no huddle, lack of use of that, leverage, just technique. And John surrounded himself with guys he knew. All right. And I'm telling you, if Mark Davis had went Rooney Rule and hired T. Martin as the Raiders coach, T. Martin would have done a better job. T. Martin would have done a better job as head coach of the Raiders than John Gruden is doing right now. And yet Mark Davis made fun of the possibility of hiring T. Martin because he put out this idea that, well, I'm not going to hire this, you know, black offensive coordinator guy. What do you mean? I'm not going to pay him $20 million. Why not? He's good. Okay. Nook says, let's add Hugh Jackson to the staff. Max Bird says he can't even turn him back to 2003. Black Lion says, is there a race for the #1 pick in the draft every season? Are the Raiders the first team to be accused of tanking for the pick in the league? Just because people accuse it, look, I've never bought that. All right? It's stupid. I don't care what you say. Here's the point. Just because a lot of people say a certain thing doesn't mean it makes any sense. You have to remember, there was a time in society where people rubber stamped things that were immoral. Okay? So, like, think of a number of horrible things in society that I'm not going to name. You get the idea. Just because a lot of people say or do a thing doesn't mean it's right. Teams don't tank. All right. Now, John Gruden is sending a message that he's not happy with Derek Carr. John Gruden should be sending a message that he's not happy with himself. Okay. So, D. says, I think he picked the wrong coach. I agree. Black Lion says, thank goodness T. Martin didn't have to face this mess. I think T. Martin would have done a better job. T. Martin, you know why? Because T would not have gutted the team for older players. T. Martin would have gotten some good SC guys that he knew. I think he would have done very well in the draft. I think he would have structured an offense that was powerfully effective with a good leverage running game. T. Martin's use of space is fantastic, okay? Oh, hold on a second. Hey, how are you?
Hi, Zennie.
How are you doing? Hey, hold on. Hey, let me get you on the other Skype. Hold on a second. I need to switch you around. Hey, folks, I've got Pamela Harris on the phone. I'm going to do it like this.
I need
You're on YouTube. You're on YouTube Live now.
And there is.
Hey, Pam, can you hear me? Can you see me?
But it's not working.
All right. Hey, folks, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop this live stream. I'm going to start up with her, with Pamela Harris.
Got it.
Hey, Pam, you hold that thought.
Yes.
Hey,
okay.
I'm stopping this live stream, but I'm going to start a new one up with you, okay? because I have this one on the game. I want to have your name on this one. So don't go anywhere. Just keep talking to me. All right.
Okay. Do I have time to put on lip gloss?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me when we're going. I don't want to put on lip gloss.
No, you're going. You put that on while I switch up. Okay. So you do your thing. All right. All right, folks.
Sounds awesome.
Come back for this is Pamela Harris. She's running for Oakland District 4 City Council. Say hi, Pam. She's putting on her lip gloss, but I'm gonna stop this show, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna have a new show with Pam. So just a few seconds, all right? All right, Pam, you stay there, folks. I'm switching up. All right, hold on a second. Okay. All right.